Alrighty everyone, this is Blackwood Raven, and we are going to be doing my next deck list tonight. And as I said, I was requested, you guys wanted me to make the new variants of the decks for the new trial decks that have just come out. So, I shall give you guys my variant of this one, if you haven't already read the title or saw the picture in the title. So, as I said in my last video, this deck is proxied. I don't have any problem with proxying, but I normally do prefer being able to actually get the cards for you guys. But you guys said you wanted the deck list, so I made the deck lists. So, we're going to start off. I don't remember this guy's name off the top of my head, it slips my mind, but he's pretty much just a free 8k booster if you have, I believe it's 4 Liberators in the rear guard other than this guy. Free 8k booster isn't really that bad. Next, 4 heal triggers. Frankly, my most favorite heal trigger right now. 4 of the most adorable draw trigger in Vanguard history. Then 8 critical triggers. Very standard. 2 of the 10k Legion attackers. Not that hard to get out. 4 copies of Halo Shield Mark. 4 perfect cards, very standard. 4 copies of Marin, 10k attackers. I like the new art, personally. Then 4 copies of this guy. This is one of the newer dudes that came out. What he does is when he's superior called from the deck, he gains plus 5k. A 12k booster really is awesome. It's also very threatening when you tend to combo a lot, so you'll tend to dig a good 8 cards sometimes, so it's not really that hard to get him. For grade 2s, I play 3 copies of Liberator of the Flute Escuerda. If I'm saying that wrong, correct me in the comments. What he does is, when this unit attacks your opponent's Vanguard and hits, if you have a Liberator of Vanguard, you counterblast 1 and superior call the top card of your deck, if it's a Liberator. Frankly, every card in this deck is a Liberator, so I don't see why you would never get it. Next is 4 copies of Liberator of Royalty Fallon. He is the 12k attacker. Very standard. Yeah, this deck list has been quicker, guys. Probably because most people know what these cards do. Next, 4. I believe it's Liberator of the Oath. What he does is when he's placed in the rear guard, you can counterblast 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and superior call any Liberator among them. Now, for grade 3s, this is what gets kind of interesting. Normally, a lot of people would expect Monarch to be in this place, but I don't play Monarch in this deck. I've tried to focus this deck more around Percival than just playing Monarch/Percival. I want it to be more centered around him. So, to start up the grade 3s is 4 copies of Liberator of the Round Table Alfred. Now, a lot of people wonder why I play this old-ass card, but the reason I play this guy is because this deck doesn't tend to use Counterblast except for this guy and Escuerda, and they only do it. This guy only does it when he's superior called. Escuerda only does it when he hits. But the reason I play this guy, he's a giant beater. You're attacking for 28 every turn. This guy does tend to drain perfect guards, and also the fact the Counterblast 2, look at the top 2, superior call 1 ability is very live in this deck. So for those of you who don't know what Liberator of the Round Table Alfred does, he has the ability of Limit Break 4. For every Liberator you have in your rear guard, he gains plus 2k. And he also has the active ability of Counterblast 2 Liberator units, and look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You could superior call any Liberator among them. So, that's that. And last, the guy that everyone loves, 4 Liberator of Bluish Flames, Percival. Now I will show you what the Legion looks like. What this guy does is, when you Legion, you obviously Legion with Knight of the Oaths, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and superior call any Gold Paladin among them. Also, I believe when there are 2 units in the Vanguard circle, this guy gains plus 2k when he attacks. I think. Or it's when he's in Legion. Well. Now, the reason I play Now, my opinion on Percival. I think Percival is personally a very, very good card. Pretty much, it's a lot more likely that you'll get the units that you need, say Knight of the Oaths, or just end up getting very dangerous grade 1s or grade 2s, such as a Squirta or Fallon. Now, I normally don't tend to use this guy very early. Reason being, I want to be able to have... I really don't want to play this guy early. Even though it could combo to fill up my field, I still feel like Alfred can apply a lot more pressure a lot quicker. It does require me committing to my field sooner than I normally would. But to a lot of decks, having a 28 beater sooner than they can Legion is sometimes a lot harder to handle. I'll tend to use this guy later game, because I do feel like Percival is a later game card, because you'd want to use his ability to dig through your deck to, say, to get Knight of the Oaths, or like a Squirta or Fallon, so you don't have to use more resources from your hand. So in my opinion, I feel like you should I play Alfred in this deck because he's an early game card, plays a lot of really quick pressure, and then I play Percival later game because he helps you save up a lot of the cards in your hand so you can survive longer, obviously. So I know there was a lot of explaining for Percival, but I do feel as if my reasoning is generally a good thing. Sorry I've been stuttering on my words, guys. I am kind of tired, but I did want to get these deck lists out to you guys as soon as possible. So, I have been your host, Blackbird Raven, and I will see you all in my next video.